we're going to be seeing Dejvo, who won the last one, against and he's got Gwen against the current world champion Gwenneth 1985, who has got Elementalis. If I zoom in slightly smaller, I think we can see the full deck list of these now. Dirk, Poohan, Blake, Jasmine, Aldon, Zoe, Lily in the Gwen deck. Into the Forest, Shrine of Nagasha, Poison Arrow, Retreat, Range Lane, Meltdown, Flaming Arrow, Poor Quality, Special Delivery, Rapid Fire. And the items: Battle Plans, Net Trap, Bazaar, Death Trap, Old Iron Dagger, Night Prowler, Soul Seeker. Gwen, I think, got like 7 rares or something. Elementalis has got Spark, Brutalis, Carnivore, Caldor, Infernal Gargoyle, Death Mage Thaddeus, Belladonna, Wolven Tracker, Shadow Knight, Brutal Minotaur. Some good pseudo draw there. Shriek of Vengeance, Conversion, Life Infusion, Sacrificial Lamb, Feedback, Bloodlust, Acid Jet, Energy Discharge, Mind Control, Bazaar, Sliver of Shadow, Mocking Armor, Ghost Maker. Right. Decks are ready. Right, Burnout is in already. Let's check this. Oh, it says he's in. No. What? Huh? What? He says he's in, but he's not in. Huh? What? He is in. Okay, here we go. So we've got our man Dejvo versus our man Mr. Okay. And I've actually forgotten to hide the other screen. So there we go. Right. It's just starting now. You didn't miss anything, don't worry. So Bazaar's hit the board on turn 2. Wow, that's an interesting playmat. And Blake's hopped down as well. Bazaar for super draw for Gwen. Old Iron Dagger hits the board. Gwenneth buffs it and attacks for 3, but it's reduced by 1. Blake finishes the job. How often do you see that? Old Iron Dagger and Blake kill off. Perennial card. Always around. Infernal Gargoyle. That was good to see. I like that a lot. Life Infusion there. Saved its butt. Thinking time required now for burnout. Drops a Brutalis. Oh, and a Sliver of Shadow. Uses his hero ability. No, he doesn't. Yes, he does. No, he doesn't. He doesn't. Decides to save it. Takes out that pesky Blake Windrunner. Dejvo plays Shrine. Bounces the draw for Elementalis. Drops an Aldon to buff the attack of Dirk up to 3. Gwenneth tries to finish off the carnivore. The poison finished the job. That carnivore is no more. He was ready to eat something. Gwen had to bite the bullet before the carnivore bit back and killed Dirk. Brutal Minotaur hits the ball. What about that? There's some pretty hefty allies in this deck. The Mocking Armor is a way to protect them. There's 2 of those in here. Really is quite a meaty deck going on here. If we can see any combos go off, that would be good. Like feedback. Soul Seeker hops down. Gwen has got a couple of Soul Seeker in this deck. I think it's 2. Yep. Aldon smacks into the Brutal Minotaur and gets wiped out. But now Gwen can kill it. Heal up 3. Meanwhile, Burn takes 2 to the face. Well, another Minotaur's hopped down. Well, it's the same one that came back with Shadow Knight. Look at that scary board situation right now. It's nice to see some fatties on the board. I predict some kind of perfect shots showing up in this next Gwen. Gwen decides to go for face. Oh, and there's the Mocking Armor. Wow, those allies are going to be untouchable now. Decides to buff one for the hell of it. Boom. Oh my golly gosh. The combo came off in game 1. Serious. He's decided to kill off the Jasmine. Right, and the Brutalis just wears down the weapon. Gwen's going to have to work really hard to get rid of that Mocking Armor now. Wow, aim shot. Good to see that used. Oh my god. Smacks through that armour, but there's still one durability left. Right, and there we go. Boom! That was a mega combo there. Brutal Minotaur decides to finish off with a Shadow Knight. Right, let's start the clock on that. That was a great game. Great match there. Check the decks already. Let's see what they come up with in the next two games. Let's see what they come up with now. What do you think might change in this one? What would you change? What works? Let's have a reminder of the decks involved. It was a Gwenneth. What would you drop? We've got Dirk, Puin, Blake, Jasmine, Aldon, Zoe, Lily. Some of those are not exactly what's the word? Highly used. Flaming arrow, aim shot, probably go. They're a bit situational. Battle plans, that's probably a candidate to go. That dagger is going to get swapped out. Elementalis, what's he going to drop? Is he going to stick with these fatties? Is he going to drop anything like feedback? I am interested about what he's going to do. Really interested. Two minutes left to make the changes. And we get rolling. Do you decide to maximise that great mocking armour, or do you go your own way? That's a tough question. Dejvo has already got the game up. Let's have a look at that weighting. So that's a nice win for Elementalis. If we just look at the like hero tiers at the moment for current meta, Elementalis is definitely higher. But of course, this was started X. This is no lost lands. Can only add 10 extra cards now. What's gonna happen? Since Dejvo's waiting, I might as well check his deck. Because I can do that. He's got Gwen. Have a look. Right, that's the time gone. Right, I've checked Dejvo's deck, it's alright. Here we go. Okay, so Dejvo went first. Both did nothing on turn 1. Apart from sacrifice, which is always a good call. And the traps come down from Gwen. Good choice. It's always good to do a trap now and again. Nothing comes down on turn 2 from World Champ. Nothing happens on turn 3 by the look of things from Dejvo. Nope, it's another trap actually. Another one already went off. GMT comes out, it gets killed by Death Trap. Right, that deck's legal. Elementalis buffs up that gargoyle, but of course it can't attack yet because it's just hit the board. Retreat. Solid play there. Gets rid of that buffed up gargoyle. The trap additions are really paying off here for Gwenneth. A snare trap. Death trap's already gone off. False Blood Cultist has died to a death trap. Still managed to draw 2 cards. Another trap has been dropped down. Good use of traps here from Dejvo. Reminder that Burnout won the first game. Shriek of Vengeance blows up the trap. And a Gargoyle hops out instead. Will that one survive? Again, uses hero ability to make him a 3/7. Is there another retreat lingering to frustrate that Gargoyle? But it's the same Gargoyle as before, I expect. Attacks into the hero. Now Mind Control comes out on the Lily. Lily goes bye-bye. Gwenneth takes 4 damage. Gargoyle does 3 to Gwenneth. That was a good turn for Burnout 1985. Another trap hits the board. And a poison arrow, which will not damage that Gargoyle, but it will disable it and prevent 3 damage. Shadow Knight gets hurt by a net trap. It's great to see net trap, it really is. And now False Blood gets to do his thing and hit the board. Suddenly, Elementalis is really doing the business here. 18 plays 19, that's a good board state. Whoa, Old Iron Dagger stayed in the deck. I might stick around. Decides to go for hero rather than taking out one of those allies. I suppose you might as well. He's just going for a race now. That's kind of surprising. Oh, it's Mocking Armor again. Suddenly people realise the power of Mocking Armor. Lily Rose Colt drops down a nice, brings back a nice weapon. But Gwen is really struggling. Those allies can do so much damage, but they're going for Lily instead. And now Lily's a goner. Well, that's something at least. The hero didn't take it. They would have died from the hero. And he's actually sacked Lamb, that ally. Now to draw even more cards. So I've got 4 to spend. Now the cultist hits the board. Sacrifices even more cards. Another trap hops down. Boy, that's a super buffed weapon right now. It's got to take out that Mocking Armor, surely. Against some heroes, that Mocking Armor would be devastating. Well, if you've got allies around, they can just ram into it. So, maybe it's not so devastating. Maybe Burner's just found the right situations to abuse it. And now there's a hell of a lot of damage on this board available. That's 11 damage coming. And they will almost all survive. The knight won't, due to the extra damage from it on defense. He was probably expecting that anyway. He does know what he's doing, this guy. And they survived Gwen could really do with a rapid fire or something. What can Gwen find now? Soul Seeker. Hero ability. Kills off the Garg. Heals up to 10. If anybody rams into this now, they'll be sorry. Well, the gargoyle won't die. Another mocking armor. Wow. Suddenly, we're seeing the power of mocking armor. Those allies are just... whoever designed this deck wasn't that daft, were they? Turns out this Elementalis deck ain't bad, you know. It plays alright. The Gwen one, whoever designed that, is obviously a genius as well, but... a lot of it's in the piloting, yeah. So, Shadow Knight hops down, and now there's some serious damage on the board. The Gargoyle's going to be fine here. The False Blood's going to be fine as well, and there's just 4 left now to be done. It's looking a lot like the World Champion is going to go 2-0. He's got rid of the mocking armor, but look at those allies. It is game over. Just to add insult to injury, he's gone and done a Soul Seeker. A Soul Reaper, sorry. To add insult to injury. Right. That was amazing play there by our king. No, you can't swap the hero. You can do that in your own time. Dejvo, you're so funny. You're so funny, man. Right, let's get some music back on. That Dejvo character. He is a laugh. Oh man, that's funny. Okay, Dejvo says he needs 5 more games with changes to make a decent deck. Dejvo's like the king of hilarity. Let's see what he's done this time with this deck. Let's have a look. I'm not going to reveal it, but let's have a look what he's done. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Right, that deck's legal. Just waiting on our world champ. I wouldn't mind trying out this Tweakmaster challenge. I wouldn't mind being a competitor in it. Of course, I check the deck, so it's not totally fair. I have to do it on an iPad where I definitely can't compare decks and whatnot. But it is a fun format. Especially when you first see the start decks, I'm like, what the hell? Will this be the end of the line for dejvo? Or will burnout burn out? Let's have a look. And who's gone first? Dejvo's gone first? No, burnout's gone first. Already a crash has hit the board. That's obviously not in the starter deck. A trap's come down. Another trap. Oh, Vermin comes down and gets immediately killed by a death trap. Elementalis buffs. A crash that's buffed up by Elementalis is pretty scary. And Gwen knows it. Poison arrow though, not a bad call on a crash. The bad Santa's gone in. Super draw, okay. What's Elementalis going to get up to here? Stardust Extractor, more super draw for him. Okay, the crossbow's not bad, not a bad call. Nice. Take out the crash if he wants. Good bit of draw there. He has taken out the crash while he can with the extra damage. That was going to start getting a little bit pesky. Burnout. Elects to use Extractor's ability. Draws a card. Shriek of Vengeance blows up that weapon. And False Blood Cultist. Getting some use here for more draw. It's not even a discard deck, and False Blood Cultist still getting used. That's Soul Reaper or a Life Infusion, can't remember. Right, so what to see? They look kind of similar, don't they? If I mouse over it, I can see it. Oh no. Gwen's got a rapid fire out at least. That's going to help. If she can find suitable allies for the job. I've just checked that as a Soul Reaper in the grave. Not expecting to need it, I guess. Now, Mind Control's gone in the grave as well. Elementalis on the False Blood. Boosts it up to 3/6. Stardust Extractor hits in for another 2. Gwen's really struggling here. It's not her day. Weevil Tip Crossbow. Buff Startup. It's going to be able to hit twice. Oh, that's good. Oh, could have made 2 kills there, but instead elects to go for face. That's an interesting one. Could have wiped out that board. Expecting they're going to attack into her and die regardless. It's an interesting thought. But you have left the impetus on the opponent. You could have attacked into them and then used your attack next turn, but it's been blown up anyway. Doesn't matter. Now the board is looking scary, and maybe we're going to see Mocking Armor Shark next turn. If not, if Dejvo survives. But as it stands, he's going to take 12 damage. Retreat, that'll do something. Bizarre, that won't do anything right now. That is desperation right there. Wow. The False Blood doesn't discard him. And now suddenly Dejvo wishes that he had Nish versus Xana again. The aborted game due to Smite bug, which I'm told is fixed in the new version of Unity, which we'll use in 3.17. It was Unity that broke it. Stardust Extractor does some damage. They all do some damage. Gwen's down to 5. It's looking scary. This is a common theme for these matches. Elementalis just has loads of allies on the board. If you're wondering about what starter deck to start with, Elementalis is pretty sweet actually. With a few tweaks, it's a lot more solid. Oh, retreat. He's not giving up yet. Okay, into the forest. That's a good call. Maybe he can turn it around. Rapacious Vermin says goodbye, Bazaar. And now into the forest has gone. He's staring down a huge board. One trap isn't going to save him. Another into the forest. While I never. Delaying the inevitable, or does he have a master plan? I don't think there's any master plan that can save him in this situation. Drop a weapon and buff it. They attack into said weapon, and he both takes damage and heals. I suppose. Oh, rain delay. Sheesh. Oh my god, rain delay as well. Super stall tactics. If he'd got a weapon there, he might have been able to take out a couple of allies and start healing up. The rain delay's gone. And that's the end. That is the end for dejvo. It was nice knowing you. Should we have a look at the final decks for these guys? Right, the final decks were I believe congratulations to Burnout, our world champion, as if there was any chance that he would lose. No offense to dejvo, but he is the world champ. The final Gwen deck had 3 Lily, 4 Into the Forest, Pack an Extra, Poison Arrow, Retreat, Rain Delay, Bad Santa, Rapid Fire. Only 1 Net Trap, well there's your main flaw. Only 2 Soul Seeker, very interesting. Meanwhile, the winning Elementalis, the final Elementalis, Karash, Vermin, Gargoyle, Belladonna, False Blood Cultist, Shadow Knight. Still some pretty meaty allies there. Nocturnal Advantage even. Wow, to stop Gwen being hidden. Well, actually it's stealth, isn't it? Soul Reaper, Shriek of Vengeance, loads of tech. Still the Mocking Armor. Congratulations again to the world champ. We're going to see him next time if he can make it. For the next edition of Tweakmaster All-Star Tweakmaster Challenge. Thanks for watching.